Jumping into the number 5 side of the best Quest 3 accessories is the Kiwi charging dock, coming in at a price tag of $59.99. If you want to check out any of the 5 accessories in this video, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links, but let's talk about that charging stand. Firstly, for the price, this is really good. Obviously, aesthetics is a big part, and this has some RGB, which adds even more to those aesthetics. It's a great way to cleanly display your Quest 3 as well as charge it. For the build quality, this has a really clean and attractive design. It's almost completely made of a hard plastic with a reflective Kiwi logo on the front. The top platform where the Quest 3 rests is soft touch and rubber coated, so the Quest won't get scratched up when you set it down. Then around that is a bright, well-diffused RGB element. There are also places to hold the controllers on the left and right that can be swiveled forwards and backwards. Now the headset charges with one of those USB-C like magnetic connectors, so it has a floppy arm that is rubber coated, and then you plug that USB-C into the actual headset itself, and when you set it down, that rubber magnetic piece will find the magnet and snap together and start the charging process, so it's very seamless, and I like that. Now, the RGB, let's talk about it, because that's like a big part of this. It looks awesome. The RGB can be fully customized to your setup by 2 buttons underneath the top platform. You can change the modes, static colors, or keep it in that rainbow mode as well. Or you can just choose to turn it completely off, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. The quality of the RGB is also really nice and bright with no dim or bright spots. It looks great. Overall, this is a great addition to any Quest 3 setup. But with that, let's move on to the number 4 spot. And this is a very special one that is highly usable for all of those glasses wearers like me. I have contacts in right now, so. And this is the Zenni Quest 3 lenses that is like partnered with Meta. So the actual Meta Quest 3 and Zenni, which is a glasses company, they make lenses and glasses, they've actually like partnered together. So it's like verified by Meta, which is pretty sweet. Okay, so the price is, with a prescription, it is $49.99, which I will say is a very good price because previously to Zenni doing these on my Quest 2 and on a few of my other VR headsets, I was paying north of $100 for prescription lenses. So that's a really good price. Now you can also order these without prescription for $29.99, and that will protect your lenses, give you an anti-fog, and a bunch of other things like that. Now, one of the things that I love about these lenses is they're very easy to put on and off. So if you are sharing with your friends, then you can easily, quickly pop these on or off, and it's not that big of a deal. I've had some other lenses in the past where if they're on a headset, that's your headset and no one else is touching that because it's too big of a deal to take them off. That's not the case here. Now, like I said, these are anti-fog, anti-scratch, and anti-reflective. So it doesn't really change the overall viewing experience from the actual Quest, just like stock lenses without those putting over the top of them. It doesn't change it. I will also say, as I wear contacts quite a bit, the viewing experience with the lenses is far better than viewing with no prescription lenses and contact lenses. It's just a cleaner, more beautiful image. So that is definitely the better way of doing it. So that might still be an option for some of you that do use contacts. I personally prefer it a lot more. Now, one thing to mention is I've actually never gotten glasses, probably because I'm cheap, from anywhere other than Zenni. My entire life, since the first time I got glasses at 10, I have been ordering from Zenni, so this one was really cool for me because that's literally the only company I've ever gotten glasses from, and they've never let me down. They have really good quality lenses and they're pretty cheap. Not sponsored or anything, but I've just used them so long that this one was cool for me because I don't believe they'd ever done VR lenses before, so this one was very cool. I definitely trust this company a lot. So overall, if you are a glasses wearer and you want the best experience with your Quest 3, then these VR lenses are awesome. They are definitely goated and they're the best price you're gonna find. But with that, let's move on to the number 3 spot. This is the PRISMXR Carina W1 battery belt, coming in at a price tag of $69.99. This thing looks awesome. It makes you look insane, and it is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery that has capability of doing 30 watts of charging. That is impressive. Now, this increases the playtime on the Quest 3 from maybe 1.5 hours to around 6 to 9 hours, and that's pretty much all day in VR. Not sure you're actually gonna wanna do 6 to 9 hours in VR, that would be intense, but very impressive if you don't wanna have to worry about charging your headset or you do those longer gaming sessions pretty substantially, like 3 hours. I would probably max out at like 3.5 hours, but to each their own. Now, not only this, but this can also charge this from 0% to 100% in just about 2 hours. That is a game changer for sure. If you're definitely finding yourself running out of battery quite a bit on your Quest 3, well, this is definitely something to solve that issue. Now, the reason I like this is, number one, it is extremely comfortable. It adds basically no weight to your standing person. It's not like a head strap. The head strap battery packs, which I've actually used before, add weight on top of your head. And while I've actually really enjoyed some of my battery pack head straps before, this one is superior. It keeps your head very, very light, and you can either wear this crossbody like a shoulder strap, or you can wear it like a belt. I personally prefer wearing it like a belt because you really don't feel it. It's padded with a nice thick wide belt. It just feels nice. This makes it for a very agile and aggressive VR play style with having that extra battery and time, but without putting that weight on your head, which I really do like a lot. Now, the other thing is the USB-C from the belt goes up your back and then it plugs into the Quest at an angle so it never gets tangled. And honestly, after playing for like 5 minutes, you don't really notice it even there. And that's really the reason we went for this over like a battery head strap, which I do still really like those, but this is just better. Now, the build here is fantastic. This thing is not gonna break. You could jump on this if you like to lay down in like a sniper position, a prone position, in your VR headset, you can do that. You're not gonna break this thing. The battery itself is fully rubber coated and it kind of has like a small bend to it. It's very cool design. You then have the PRISMXR logo in metal with a metal button to check the battery life, with 4 LED indicator lights for like its charge level. You then have these really, really nice elastic strap bands that are really, really wide, so they keep all of that weight dispersed really nicely. And again, you don't really feel it while playing. The usability here is great. You can take this on or off really, really quickly with magnets, so there's no fatigue even for those long gaming sessions. And again, it just allows you to basically game all day. But with that, let's move on to the number 2 spot. And this is a must for any VR headset. But for the Quest 3, this is the AMVR Knuckle strap grips, coming in at a price tag of $33.75. This is a must. If you're not big into all of the rest of the accessories, this one is an absolute must. You have to do this one. Once you've used this on a controller, you cannot go back. This adds a band onto your controllers that makes it possible to completely let go of your controllers and have them stay attached on your hand. This completely changes the experience and makes it not only more immersive and realistic, but also a lot less strain to constantly hold on to your controllers. Now, while that may sound ridiculous, our human bodies are not really designed to hold nothing, like basically nothing. We're not holding like a big rake. It's actually like not very healthy to just hold all the time. And in VR, we see this because a lot of the time we're actually not holding anything, but we still have to grip onto the controllers. And it gets really, really annoying with those whenever you're respawning or whenever you're not holding something. Maybe you're just running. You just go like this. And that's it. And it adds so much to it, as well as being able to grip like this if you want to add to that immersion is quite cool. As well, these covers don't cover any of the IR trackers, which is why we actually went with this company instead of Kiwi, which typically makes amazing stuff, but I think they actually canceled their controllers or something like that because it did happen to cover that IR. This one does not, so that's why we went with this one, and overall I'm really impressed with the quality. Now, picking these up is so much easier than going through that little hand strap that comes with your controllers, because all you have to do is just slip your hands in and then you've picked them up. Moving things out of your play area, adjusting your headset, things like that also become a lot easier because you can keep that controller on your hand and kind of just push things away, adjust your headset with the controllers just sitting on your hands. It's just so nice. Now, for the build here, it's really good. It's pretty much exactly like the previous gen Kiwi that I had on my Quest 2, but obviously it's a different company. They're made of this soft, grippy silicone with some metal accents throughout. The Velcro they use for the adjustment pieces are very, very high quality. This is extremely premium stuff that's going to last quite a long time. The hand strap itself has a really nice design with the AMVR logo on it. It's a very smooth and comfortable material overall. There's really no problems here. It's very, very comfortable, even to fit snugly on your hand. Now, for the installation, it's very, very easy. All you do is take off the battery cover, you slip on a new battery cover, and then you slide them in and press this like rubber piece into that battery location, which then locks them in. And then you like pull 2 rubber pieces that then kind of go in little hooks together and it locks into your controller, and that's it. It's very, very quick to do. And obviously once they're on your controller, you have a ton of adjustability for tiny hands to humongous hands. So that's probably not going to be an issue. Overall, an absolute must if you want to upgrade your Quest 3. But with that, let's move on to the number 1 spot. This is the best accessory you can get for your Quest 3. This is the Kiwi Elite head strap, coming in at a price tag of only $39.99. This is a must. This is an absolute must because the Quest 3's head strap, while it's better than the Quest 2, it sucks. It is so bad. It is so uncomfortable. It's not, I don't know how anyone games for more than like 10 minutes on that head strap. It is awful. So this is like, if you're only gonna get one accessory, this is the one to get. With the Quest 3 stock head strap, you have to constantly mess around with the adjustments before you get it to fit correctly. And even when it does fit correctly, the weight distribution is very off. It always hurts my head and gives me a headache because it pulls too tightly. And then if I loosen it up, it's way too loose. It's just not a good experience. Now with this Elite Kiwi head strap, adjusting it is insanely easy. There is a dial on the back like a bike helmet with nice crisp tactile bumps. And then you have a Velcro adjustable band on the top, similar to the stock one, but way more padded. And the head strap is also much wider than the actual Velcro itself, so it makes it easy to adjust it with something on your face, which was a nice detail that they didn't skip out on. Like, that's definitely done well. Now, the nice thing with this is because they really designed how to adjust this head strap, if you wanna quickly hand this over to your friend, within 30 seconds, they're gonna put this on their head, they're gonna adjust it, and they're playing. They give it back to you, and again, 30 seconds and you're done and you're good to go. And that definitely cannot be said for the non-upgraded head strap that just comes on its stock. So if you're sharing this with your brother or your friend, then that's definitely a must here. But let's talk about the meat and the potatoes, the comfort here. Comfort on the Kiwi head strap is also an immense upgrade. It has thick plush leather pads on the top band of the head strap, as well as the rear where the back of your head sits. You can tighten this quite a lot to get yourself locked in a secure fit without feeling uncomfortable because of how immensely plush that leather is. It doesn't feel like it's ever squeezing your head, which is not something that you want to feel like ever. Also, when it's fully adjusted to your head size, it's very secure. So if you do play games like Beat Saber or any game that you're really moving your head around quite a lot, this does a great job locking you in, but still being comfortable, which is something you can't do on the stock head strap. As for the build, it's mainly made of white plastic that is color matched for the Quest 3, and it's very, very durable. It feels great with high quality plastics and a great amount of flex to them without feeling like they're gonna break. The overall quality feels like it would come from Meta if they made a head strap this good. Overall, this is the #1 upgrade for the Quest 3, adding immense amount of comfort and adjustability for only like 39 bucks. Again, if you want to check out any of the 5 accessories in this video, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. If you're only gonna get 2 on the list, get the #2 and the #1 spot. That was done purposefully because those are really the best upgrades. The other upgrades definitely add to the quality of life for your headset, but those two, the hand straps and the head strap, those are the big ones. But yeah, this is a consumer tech review, and I'll see you guys in the next video.